We are going to share our screen here with share screen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and share screen. Okay, so we are sharing our screen and we are going to go on here to our picture episode. We're trying to get rid of that picture, background picture. So background, nope. They're right there. Okay, so we're gonna go boom, and we're gonna go hide. There we go. Okay, so let's see if that's Tommy, everybody. We are totally, Emma is coming in. So here comes Emma. And we are blessed, everybody. We're live now on all of our channels. We've got a beautiful hair day, everybody. Everybody's got, I got beautiful hair today from my COVID no cut recently. But when my fro goes, it's like, welcome back, Cotter, you know. It's totally like welcome back, Cotter. So if we remember our past, everybody, by the way, welcome to WEEDSDAYS, and don't forget to donate to the relief fund that I'm setting up right now. We're not 501c3 yet, but we're getting there, and we're really excited to have you all here. We've got Emma, we've got Natasha, we've got Mark and Brady, and let's see if I can do one more share with my emails from JP. Let's go John, John. Let's see if I can get John Paul to get Tommy on in here, because it's really fun to have Tommy, everybody. And I'm going to say boom and email him. We are on, everybody, and Zoom free. And now we're going to go boom. Okay, we're doing the best we can to get Tommy today, everybody. Otherwise, like I said, we will hold incredible space for Tommy and for World 420 Day today. So today is World 420 Day, and I want to actually, how is everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Everybody's having a ball today. So what I'm going to do here is, with my incredible software here, is to get my incredible sound effects going, and we'll say yay, and then move everything over screen wise, get everything beautifully organized for an incredible show today. And we're going to talk about something that may blow your mind. No, it will blow your mind. And we are going to totally be incredibly honored to talk about the CARES Act. Does everybody know that that's happening today?
I know, and I'm sorry, I just don't care.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'm happy to share that after you go through.
Okay, so let me share my screen, everybody. Hello, Emma. How are you today?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
Oh,
good. How about you?
Oh, great. Good to see you, everybody. Vicky, good to see you. You're doing great. You're on a boat. Fantastic. Get on the water, everybody. It's springtime. And Natasha, thank you for joining us. And Mike, thanks. Always, totally, always. Brady's bringing up the vets here. And Mike, we're great to see you, Mike. I'm going to share my screen with you and run our intro, and we will be set for the day. So, and then we'll be able to play and incredibly, we'll gift Tommy. So, you know, we got a whole hour. Maybe he'll pop in. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share my screen, everybody, and I'm going to go to my intro. And here whoops, that is not my intro. This is my intro, everybody. Live TV, we love it. Here we go. We're hoping, Sir Tommy, come on in. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here, and we are totally, incredibly having a day of World 420. So it's World 420 Day. We'll have a meditation, and we are going to incredibly gift you the gift of me. Here I am. So hemp hooray, and I'm wearing my my green AstroTurf vest today, and that's because we're doing a golf tournament, and so we're really excited to have you all join us and raise some money for the incredible prisoners, the POWs of Pod. And so we're going to be listening to some people talk about the CARES Act today in the Senate. They're going to be going through, and maybe today is the day. So wouldn't that be cool if today was the day of that we got prohibition to end on this day. So mark that in your calendar today, that today is the day that things may change. So let's get on with the show, and hemp hooray, everybody. Remember 3, 2, 1, and don't worry, we're coming for you.
More than 80 years after America ended one type of prohibition, it's ending another. The majority of people now live in a state where cannabis is legal. As a multi-billion-dollar industry rises, our country is at a crossroads.
Cannabis is genuinely one of the most fascinating discussion topics I've ever seen because of how emotionally polarizing it is amongst people. And it's very strange because
there's Tommy. Maybe that's all we get today.
Is very poorly developed. There's not been a
Come,
lot of
Tommy,
research.
come,
There's a lot of
Tommy,
things we don't
come.
understand. And yet, what we have in society is groups of people that very fervently believe it is this panacea that can cure any disease that exists, or it's the devil's grass and it's going to cause the downfall of society.
By the way, John Knock is
Not
home.
recognizing
That's
that the
his
reality of
beautiful
cannabis
sister,
is
Beth
somewhere in the middle.
Curtis. Amy Pova, Jeff Pozansky's home. Let's end prohibition, everybody. Smokahontas, our beautiful songstress. She'll be at every show we do. Incredible. So thank you so much, everybody. Happy parade. Hey, everybody. So just today, just this month or this week, we became a Roku with Pod TV. So we're on Roku now. I'll have my edits there, and it'll be really incredible. So we're really excited. And I'll break in the middle of our show today. I'll break in and we'll do we don't meditate anymore in my house. We contemplate. So we take time to clear our minds so we can have space for other things to come in. But my latest invention here is to definitely contemplate, bring something in, contemplate, and make quiet space for a project or for somebody that you want to heal or yourself. And so today we'll have a 42-second for 420 meditation, and I'll share my screen again. But in the meantime, we want to honor and welcome everybody. And we're going to begin. We're going to start off with Mr. Mark Wasserman. And so, Mark, what is the welcome, Mark, by the way.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here. Good to see you again.
What's the origin of your last name, Wasserman?
Wasitzer.
Vasitz, is it German?
Wasitzer, it's Polish German. My dad's dad was a baker in Poland and got out of Poland 3 weeks before Warsaw was where he was from. Got out of there 3 weeks before it was taken down. And when he came over on the boat, Wasitzer became Waterman, which became Wasserman.
Well, incredible. I love, having a show where we can get real and regular, with people and find out certain aspects of where we all came from and what our lineage is. Because when we listen to the gentleman talk on that TV show about, you know, the history and the legacy of cannabis, you know, however you call it, we think about the past and where we came with that. 1937, how many years is that? Let's see, 37, 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97, 107, 117 plus, so 7 plus 5. So that's 85 years that marijuana has been illegal. Let's end this. Wait, I got my whistle. And Mark, tell us your opinion on the CARES Act. Tell us where you're going to go.
No, I mean, the problem, I hate being a downer.
No, come on, bring it in. Debbie
Debbie Downer.
Come on, Debbie.
So it's going to pass in the House like it always does. Everything cannabis over the years passes in the House and then gets marched over to the Senate to promptly die at the feet of Mitch McConnell, who still, as minority leader, has some sort of power hold or whatever. It's just not going to pass through the Senate. Everyone gets all excited every time this happens. It happened 2 years ago. It's happened since 1996. And here's why I'm so pessimistic about federal legalization, and that while I want it so badly, I don't think I'm going to see it in my lifetime. Why? What's going to be different now than when in 1996, when I became an attorney in California and Prop 215 passed, and California became the first state, and all I heard was, wow, federal legalization is 3 to 5 years away. No. And then Colorado came and did adult use. Federal legalization is 3 to 5 years away. No. And then 10 states come on board. And right now we have 47 states of the 50 that allow at least a minimum, and refer to Texas, little bit of CBD or whatever, of some form of legalization. And it's still federally illegal? What in the, I mean, so
we're late night. You can be real, you know.
Well, what the fuck?
Okay.
Why should I believe it now when people are, it's 3 to 5 years away? It's been 3 to 5 years away.
Since the early days, since our protest on Wilshire Boulevard. Yep.
And so then I think of, okay, if federal legalization happens, what's going to happen to all of the people who are employed at prisons that house 90% marijuana nonviolent offenders? And they're going to all have to be released. They're going to all have to be released. All those jobs are lost, those prisons shut down. And then now you're releasing how many millions of people across the country? And what are they going to do? Go right into jobs somewhere? I mean,
are you telling the public that there are specific only pot prisons? I mean, that just have the majority of pot prisoners in there? That would kind of be fun. That would be kind of be fun if you were there, you know.
There are a lot of prisons that a majority of the people there, are non-violent drug offenders, but a majority of them are cannabis related, and the majority are minorities.
So it's the war on people, not the war on drugs.
It's always been.
Yes.
It's always been that, and the cannabis was their vehicle, and call it a drug, to do that. And so, I mean, to me, it's simple, though. It's simple. If they can end prohibition, regulate like any normal business, not regulate like they are in like they are anywhere in the country. All these states have it wrong. It's ridiculous.
Right.
If they do it right, then all the people that they're releasing, all the people that might lose jobs because prisons closed down can go work right in the cannabis business. It could go open up their own cannabis business if the regulations allow it. Like any other business in this bureaucratic capitalistic system society we live in, cannabis and its sales and everything it produces, let alone talking about hemp, solves all the problems. There's no more homelessness. There's no more unemployment. It's all solved. Look at how much money these states are making with the limited amount of cannabis that's being sold legally. So I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox, but that's my thing. Somebody convince me otherwise. I'm waiting.
So I'm really blessed that that we have a take on it. I feel very close to what you're saying because I've been at it since the early days, and with Ed Rosenthal and the gang, you know, it's been amazing to be part of that world and to watch it go by. I mean, I got a hemp hat on. I've got Chris Boucher's tie that he made, this THC tie out of hemp. 35 years, this beautiful linen-like, you know, should be on the Grammys. Everybody should be wearing a hemp suit on the Grammys. And so it is the solution, and it's unbelievable that alcohol's legal and it messes with your liver, and pot doesn't. And so pot doesn't have withdrawals, and so it's non-addicting. It could be psycho-addicting. If your son smokes every morning, you think, oh, my son's addicted to pot. It's in his mind. It doesn't have withdrawals. So it's not it's physically, if you talk to Dr. Machulam in Israel, who they do the most education and learning about pot, they'll tell you that the same thing, that it's not an addicting formula like opiates or coffee or cigarettes. And so how dare the system not allow us to come square and flat like Uruguay, Portugal, and I'm not sure where the Netherlands is right now, but I know that Uruguay and Portugal decriminalized all pharmaceutical drugs, including pot. And so I'm really blessed to have a Pot Brothers at Law on today. and let's see if I can find my whistle here. You know, if you give me your mailing address, everybody, I'm going to send you guys a whistle so you can be on my show and also go. Yeah, so we're really blessed to learn more about a solution. Let's bring on Natasha. Natasha, we're gonna add you here with us. Natasha, tell us your idea on the CARES Act, and we now have Mark, Natasha, and me on the front here. Tell us what your dream is to ending prohibition. You with us, Natasha? Yeah. So Natasha, tell.
I can hear you.
Okay, tell.
I agree. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're getting rugged a little bit, but come on, keep talking. Let's see if we can get you.
Okay. Well, so I agree that I know that on the federal level, it's going to be like almost near impossible to make it happen because every time we try to, the federal is always a problem. I understand that. But I just feel like at some point in time, every problem has had a solution at some point. At some point, prohibition will end. I pray and hope that it's in my lifetime. I pray and hope that it's in all of our lifetimes. And my dream is to be able to medicate and medicate the patients legally, to save someone's life, to give them the quality of life that cannabis can give you beyond Western medicine, beyond the side effects of the drugs that we have today. And that it should be for pets, for men, for women, even for children. It is a plant. It is a plant like its motto. And if we regulated it wisely, as we've done other things, I consider myself a healer, not a dealer. And I consider those pals in prison healers, not dealers. They're trying to save lives, not take them. And my dream is like everyone else's. I want to see it where we can proudly medicate and help somebody's life get better, or even give them life, because this is truly life-saving, truly. And I don't think that there's a disease that this plant, there isn't a strain out there for every pain. I think that there is. I think that there's a strain for every single thing, and that eventually we'll find that if we work together, if we stand strong, if we don't back down, if we promise to commit and we keep going forward, we'll make these changes. If we don't do it in our lifetime, we'll do it for our children. We'll do it for somebody. We'll do it somehow. Let's keep going.
And so I asked the team here, including Mark here, I asked you, would you all be in for a million march in Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
You know?
That sounds like a party.
Yeah, a million march would be really beautiful. I mean, they probably have a million tents or a million places for us to stay and to be, and we would totally get Snoop and Willie to play for that, you know. So I'm planning to do some fundraisers for the prisoners and my relief LEAF fund, and to bring on the prisoners relief fund so we can send them a gratuity. Gratuity is, I mean, not a gratuity, but a restitution, which means they get out of jail and we pay them for all the years they've been in jail, so their families can have their life, their house, and their barbecue. I mean, it's really unbelievable. And so thank you, Natasha. We'll get back to you. And so we're really blessed to have Brady on board. Brady, come on and tell us your dream for ending prohibition and the CARES Act.
Okay, great. Yeah. So thanks for having me. Big supporter of the plant. Saved my life, actually. So what I can do is, as a combat veteran, former Army officer, who was given 5 years to live by the military, and basically am still around since, over 10 years now. And cannabis is what has helped me. So if I can join my voice with all the other veterans that I know it helps, and that march sounds good. I know a lot of that stuff will go with me. Marching down to the White House, if that's what it takes.
Pennsylvania Avenue with all of our, with everybody wearing hemp. If we can get a sponsor that makes hemp hats to make 1 million hats and donate them, we'll all have not only a memento, but we'll say our piece. I mean, if gay marriage went into, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, if gay marriage went in to the Supreme Court and got a, they were not very well spoken about ever on TV or in the Bible. And so if gay marriage got, they ended their prohibition and they got gay marriage, maybe in our lifetime, we can keep pushing forward and making a statement. I mean, do the best we can. What do you think, Mark? You're muted, Mark.
All right, there we go. Yeah, we cannot stop pushing forward and trying and making the efforts. As much as I'm pessimistic about it, I want it to happen, and I'm here being as loud as I can with the normalization and destigmatizing of cannabis and its use, while we try to get this prohibition to end on a federal level. And the real problem is all these dinosaurs who are running things and starting with the president, who still thinks it's a gateway and whatever. So, it's very frustrating for me as I go around the country. I'm in a hotel room. I'm in Oklahoma right now, in Oklahoma City, for CannaCon. And this is a place where it's just insane because the way this state decided to do their regulation, if you have $2,500, you can get a license. And I don't know, thousands upon thousands and thousands of licenses were given out. And you have all these people who had their $2,500, but then didn't know what the hell to do with it. And now they're all going out of business, and you have one on every corner. You have some that are next to each other. It is like nothing I've ever seen. It is a complete roadmap to failure for a vast majority of those who got into the industry out here. And that's my fear, like I've seen in California, the same way they've done the regulations, and we're seeing it everywhere. If that's what they're going to do federally, then we're going to continue to be federally fucked. I see Tommy's in the house. Nice to see you again, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Well, and so that's my feeling about all the federal prohibition and why I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. And if we do see it, it's going to be a fucking mess unless they let cultivators, real cultivators who've been doing it for 30 years,
I'm going to be on.
get in there and help write the regulation.
Okay.
That's the only way these regulations are going to work. And that's why they don't work up and down the country at the different state levels, because those writing the regulations are not and know nothing about the cannabis industry.
So Mark, I just want to say that I dreamed one time about having 12 elders in a room, and that we do the one act, and that every state has the same policies, because it's not a big deal to understand that we can tax it. We can make a lot of money for roads and schools and children and food for the planet, and to rebuild for the homeless. And so I'm really, in alignment with your sentiment about that every state has it wrong. And you're right, California does. I'm in Washington. They got rid of 300 medical stores, which wasn't harming anybody, but they knew more about prescribing, and they got rid of our medical in Washington state years ago. They just got rid of gummy bears in our state, and nobody came up with a better solution, like a lock-proof child thing. But all that aside, Sir Tommy Chong is in the house.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
Sir Tommy Chong's in the house, and we'd love to see you. We haven't seen you in a few weeks or so. And today is World 420 Day. We saved our meditation for you. But say hello to the Pot Brothers at Law, Mark Wasserman, and the rest of the team, Tommy.
Yeah, I'd like to big hello, big shout out. What was the problem that you're talking about? About the federally legalizing it?
Today, they're supposed to be working on getting the CARES Act done. And today was a day that I was hoping that we would be able to have some good news. And now I'm ready to go booze, because
I rained on your parade.
I'm ready to go get some booze and have the blues. But you know what? That empowers me to make another movie. That empowers me to be graceful with the dance. That empowers me. The word for today is resilience.
Yay.
What do you say to that, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm all for that.
And
I'm all for that.
And how have you been navigating since we've seen you last? And any updates? Give us some updates on Tommy Chong's CBD.
We've been doing the what do you call it? The NFTs. The
homies.
Bitcoin.
The homies.
The homies. Yeah, we've been doing that. We had an event yesterday. It was great. We did a Q&A, but no one could understand anybody because the acoustics were so bad. But then again, they're all artists and they're all stoned, so it didn't make a difference. We understood everybody without saying anything. The fact that we're there, we're having a good time, and the pizza was incredible. That's all I can say.
When I was in New York, I was years ago. I was on my way to my friend's her loft on 12th Avenue, and I took I took my cameras and I was being really careful, and I was going from subway to subway, and I finally got there. But on my way, this Asian guy had a little pizza joint, right? And you know, in New York, you're supposed to fold your pizza in half and you're supposed to eat it right and all these things. But he made hemp spelt pizza. The crust was all hemp spelt. So let's
Boom.
let's
No.
freaking, and it's for a freaking Asian guy. And so on my way home, I got a second piece, and you know, so hemp
It was
is
that good, yeah.
oh my God, hemp is the answer. So tell us more about your homies.
Well, you know, they're selling like crazy and they're doing really well. And if I hang on to it, my kids will be very wealthy.
Ah, I have one. I have one, by the way.
Oh, great, great, great. Yeah, they hang on to them. I told my son I wanted to sell everything, and he said, "No, no, Dad, you can't sell. You got to keep. You got to blah." You know.
What did they
You
what
need cash. You got a lot of cash. You don't need cash.
what was that
Yeah.
song? That song that they sang, "Hold 'em but don't fold 'em." You know,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
right? You can
You
hold
know, you
them.
got to know when to hold them,
Right.
Know when
Right.
to fold them.
and you got to know when to fold them.
Tommy, could you grab a guitar off the wall and play us a song?
Actually, the guitars are just for show.
Oh, come
They're
on.
not tuned. Actually, they're my crappy guitars. All the real good guitars got sold for me. Oh, there's the pineapple.
Hey. Oh yeah, there you go. There's
That's my
Natasha.
pineapple. No, there's my son's bass is there, and I got that John Paul Reed guitar. That's okay. And then I was given a Fender by the Fender brothers. But you know, I'm getting a little bit too old, I guess, to be that in love with a guitar. You know, a guitar was just, you know how they call your instrument an axe.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what it was with me. It was a piece of equipment that I used to make money.
You told me once in an interview. You said, I'm not a comedian. I'm a funny musician.
Yeah, and that's about it.
So
That's about it.
so you also said that when you were in prison, you hung out with the personal chef.
Oh, I know. I had a personal chef. He's a caddy for Harris English. His name is Eric Larson. He's on the tour, and he cooked every night for us, and it was an incredible meal. It was very good, like the Goodfellas, you know.
Oh, fantastic! Well, we're planning a golf tournament down in Dana Point, and we'll invite you there. And I've
I'd
got
love to.
and I've got
Love
Doug.
to.
I've got Doug. He's done a couple tournaments with you, and Doug said to say hi. Doug Kendall.
Oh, good.
Doug Kendall said to say hi, and so we'll totally bring you down, and I may be coming down in May, and maybe we'll get together with you and Cheech and film a spot. I'm not putting you on the spot, but we may get a spot, and we'd love to. You know, the book project that I did.
Yeah.
I talked to Kimberly, and I said let's get me to film Cheech's house, and then we'll have a companion book. And so
that'd be nice.
for the Mikasa tour, project, and so I'm really
film his beach house. He's got his desert home. He's got a nice home in the desert.
Oh, I would love that. Do you have any updates on his museum?
On his what?
Museum?
Oh, in April. It's going to be opening in April.
Oh, fantastic. Maybe I'll coordinate my time and I'll come down and film that opening.
Yeah, it's going to open in April, and it's going to show his Chicano art collection. You know.
Right, I know a lot of those elders and the Chicano art people. That's going to be fantastic. Maybe I'll come down.
It is.
That's in Riverside?
No, it's in Rivers. Is it Riverside?
I think he told us. Yeah, he said that it was in Riverside. Yeah.
Yeah. It's some in the valley or whatever that place is called.
And I'm getting ready to do my one sheet and my proposal on the Lifers Families book of all the lifers that came home, the movie and everything.
Oh, right.
I'd love to talk to you about that and your production company. It'd be so fun to do a movie, and so important about, you know, Eddie Lepp, before he passed away, he interviewed me at HempFest, and he said, gosh, you know, I was in jail for 35 tons and Jeff Mazansky was in for 2 grams for the same amount of time. And before Eddie Lepp passed away, I have him on film saying that you put me in jail, you put my family in jail.
Yeah, the whole family goes with you, and then your life becomes visiting whenever you can have your visit, and that's where they controlled a lot of it. You know, they controlled how the people dressed to come to see the visitors. You know,
they wouldn't let me wear a hat. Yeah, they wouldn't let me wear a hat when I went in, for sure.
Yeah, you couldn't wear a hat. Oh yeah, they got all those little things, you know, that they try to dehumanize you. But if you do it right, you take advantage of everything. You know, what did Forrest Gump say? When life gives you a box of chocolates,
you never know what you're gonna bite into. Yeah.
Okay,
you never know what you're going to bite into. Well, Bubba Gump, we have Bubba Gump on, everybody. Mr. Sir Tommy Chong. I think that deserves everybody.
Thank you.
Say hey to
That's
Tommy. Good. And Tommy, I'm not kidding. That would be a great next movie for the Lifers series, to talk to the families now that they're out. And Amy Povak and the Can Do Clemency, they have access to all the prisoners and their families. We can go to their homes and film them in real estate, but interview their children, interview their daughters that were 30 years. They were only 3 when their daddy went in. They lost 30 years of their family. Yeah. And tell that story on film.
Yeah. Well, it's a life struggle, you know, and the thing is, it's inevitable. You know, we've always had that part of our society, you know, put people in jail. You know, in China, they never had jails in China years ago. You know, my dad was from China, and what they would do, they had ways to hold you until they punished you. In other words, they would, you know, tie you up somewhere, and then when it was ready for your punishment, then they would kill you or whatever they did. You know, there was no prisons.
Well, we always heard that the punishment should fit the crime, and cannabis, come on, it's non-violent. Why are we still on this crap?
Well, because we got forces of evil that are working against it. Against the good, you know. I mean, we see it now with the war in the Ukraine. You see the evil forces at work, you know, and having Donald Trump for 4 years really showed you how evil looks, what evil looks like, you know.
Right. No matter what, reciprocity is in our hands, and we're going to honor the prisoners. We're going to have an NFT golf tournament in Dana Point, Tommy, and we're going to have an art show we're going to have all of the NFT artwork there, and we're going to have a relief LEAF fund for the prisoners and their families.
And what's the date on that?
That's in September.
Oh, in September. Okay.
Yeah, we're just organizing it right now. Nothing concrete. We haven't put any stamps on it. It's just in the beginning stages, but I have the producer, Doug Kendall, and we're just really excited. We're excited to have Doug on and everybody else. So we're excited. And we heard you got a pretty good swing.
You got a good what?
You got a pretty good swing.
Oh, no, I can play golf. I don't know how many holes I'll play. Lately, I've been playing 6 holes. Hey.
Well, we're excited. We're excited to have you.
I
Well,
keep getting this Playboy shot. Who's the buddy?
Natasha, come on up and say hi to Tommy.
Hi, Natasha.
Honey,
Hi,
I
Ben.
met you. Hello. I met you at the Puyallup State Fair, and I introduced myself as the diva of sativas. You nearly fell off your stool. Yes, right. So cute. I made this
like
for
that.
you. I made this for you.
The Diva of Sativa. That's my pineapple costume. That's really
You are
cute.
the
I
sweet
love it.
pineapple. We loved you on The Masked Singer. And we
No, that
can't
was
wait
fun.
to have you join the Green Army.
Okay, I'm ready.
That's good.
I like that.
Pam Pam Hooray. And why don't you come on, Brady, and say hi to Tommy?
Yeah, hi Tommy. It's a pleasure coming to you from Arizona, where it's nice weather.
Where are you?
What? Oh, I'm in Chandler, Arizona right now, enjoying the weather.
Oh.
But yeah, I want to challenge you to at the golf tournament. I can swing the clubs a little bit too, but let's do something like smoke a joint every hole.
Oh, the brown bag
let's-
tournament.
Yeah,
Cheech
we'll see how.
and George Lopez and Don Cheadle had what they called the brown bagger. And the
Yeah.
first, everybody had to smoke up before they hit the ball. And so on the first
That
hole,
sounds like a fun.
everybody smoked up, everybody teed off, but they spent so long looking for George Lopez's ball, and then he realized he never hit it. He never teed off.
Oh man, that was
And I
fun.
think they only got a couple of holes before it got dark.
Yeah. Well, I've been on the medicine since 2012. That's the first time I ever was a user medically, and I've been on it every day since. So my tolerance is pretty good. So I think I can hold with you for a couple holes.
Okay, what's your handicap? Do you have one?
Oh, my handicap is my back and my neck.
Oh yeah.
Tommy, Brady is a veteran. He was near a mortar that blew up.
Ooh, what war?
Thank you for your service.
Oh, I was in Kosovo. I was in Iraq 3 times, and I was in Afghanistan 3 times before I got medically retired. So I've been retired since 2012. After 14 years in the military, I was a intelligence officer actually.
But
And
you're
so they got-
alive.
I'm
You're
alive
alive.
and kicking.
You made it.
I did.
You
They
made
gave
it.
me-
Now you know what? Maybe you can answer this one for me. Every other war, America had no problem going into Iraq. Had no problem going into all these places, Vietnam, these places,
Afghanistan.
where they were actually supposed to be, I guess. Why are they holding back on Ukraine?
Why are the Russians holding back?
No,
Why
why
are
are
they-
the Americans? Why doesn't America come in? This is a real war. They've been looking
Yeah,
for a
there's a real
war.
war.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mine
as,
said
a,
you because
as a former Army officer, I can say it's a leadership thing.
It is.
it's more than the leadership as well, because you have to think I'm from Europe, so for me it's very close to my my heart, unfortunately. And I would say because of NATO, but the alliances we got in Europe, nobody can go and nuke over there at this point. They have to give, and directly, and that's why he's being supported. Directly, they give him the arms and everything, and people are from other countries are stepping in and fighting against Russia. Even Belarusian people are doing it as well, but they cannot go and just. You cannot go. It will be an invasion, and it will be a problem with NATO. It's going to be a problem with a lot of things. So that's the
No,
reason.
but what they could, what I see, that's not happening, is that Russia is attacking Ukraine. So
Yes.
why can't Ukraine answer in kind? Like if they're
They
they're
did.
shelling if they're
Actually,
shelling the capital of the Ukraine, why can't we put some missiles into Moscow?
unfortunately, if you do this, that will give. Okay. If you do
It's
this,
gonna
that
be a first. It's gonna be a
that will
first strike.
give
sooner than a plane.
an option for China to respond. And that's a problem because he has his allies. Right now, what they did was the smartest things I ever saw before. They blocked the money. They did a lot of things in a smart way to tell the others, if you help them, then this is going to happen to you. So they hit where the finance, where they hurt the most. But they provided all of the equipment to Ukraine. They're sending people. There is stuff in there nobody knows. Then they're not going to be saying anything. But there's an involvement from the US, from a lot of people within Ukraine. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's obvious what's happening. You know, Putin is a dictator.
I wish somebody in the Kremlin will handle him.
Well, you would think. Well, you saw that big table he had. You think he's not close to anybody. You know, you're not going to get close to that guy, and he knows it. He knows it. That's why he's attacking Ukraine. You know, because he knows that there's people there. You know, it's like all in the old days in the Romans. You know, when they had the Roman Empire and they had the Caesars and all they worried about was their inner circle, because it was that's who's going to be the danger.
His inner circle is shrinking down as well right now.
And the thing is, what he's trying to do, he'll never get. You know, the Ukrainians are not going to give up. You know, their Odessa.
No, because what people don't understand, if they don't, I will finish, buddy, and let you talk. What the problem is if they give up, if nobody supports them, he will invade the entire Europe. That's the goal. And people don't realize that.
Yes, he's got to keep that fire going.
Yes.
Once it stops, he's done. Yeah.
Exactly.
And they're going to stop. They're going to get tired because he obviously has no respect for anybody.
No.
He has no respect for the Russian people. He has no respect for the Ukrainian people. He has no respect for anybody, including himself.
Yep.
And those guys, you got to take them out while you can. But I see what's going on. You know, it's inevitable because it was meant to be. Everything's meant to be, and they're going to rebuild Ukraine. The Ukraine's going to be rebuilt beautifully.
Yep.
Oh, you can see it. There's so much. You can see so much future in that country.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but we gotta get rid of those, or do we? Are we doomed to have to deal with the Trumps and the Putins?
Sometimes to bring humanity, I will say, Tommy, sometimes to bring humanity where it needs to be, we have to endure this. It's unfortunate. I didn't want to see it in my lifetime. My grandparents did it. They were part of the resistance. I didn't want to see it, but we have to do it to bring the humanity and the changes we need, because those people need to be moved out of the system. They are a problem.
Yeah, and usually old age and sickness will do that, you know.
Yes.
And eventually it will all be good. No, I see a great future for the planet. I really do. And I see Mother Earth is like taking care of itself. You know, my theory is that until we get rid of the oil, because oil is what caused the war. That's what caused all the wars that we've been fighting, is all about oil. And because oil feeds the war machine. But
and also global warming with oil is that if your skin needs oil and it's lubricated, and you take all the oil out of the earth, which is a biosphere, a living object, and then it's going to start drying out, and it's going to start to have more earthquakes, and we're having more tornadoes, And so we just have to chill, everybody. And
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
That's it. That's it.
Tommy, you said once, Tommy, I think it was in my movie, Lifers Madness, you said that that prohibition needed to happen because you're on a thread now of everything is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it doesn't seem like it. And you said that we needed this time to vet the plant.
That's true. That's true. I said that?
Yeah, you said prohibition needed to happen so we could vet the plant and learn more about it so we could be really positive that it's the most beautiful plant on earth.
Well, yeah. I guess I did say that.
Well, welcome, Emma, and thank you so much. Brady, our veteran here, what do you have to as a rebuttal or to share with us about what we're talking about Ukraine?
Oh, well, thank you. I look at it from, I was in the military for 14 years and I was a military officer, intelligence officer, actually. So I see things differently because I've been in war and I know the capabilities of the United States versus other militaries in the war in the world. There's a reason we're the one superpower, but someone's got to do something because if we don't, then China will be invading Taiwan, and then we'll have North Korea invading South Korea, and then we'll have Iran doing all sorts of bad stuff. So something needs to be done to nip it in the bud and take care of the problem conventionally without going nuclear. And conventionally, we could go and stop this quickly. And it's a leadership thing. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I like that take. Because it's fact. We could take it, and the problem with Vietnam, the Orient, in Korea too. I mean, that's a whole different culture that we're talking about. But when you're talking, the Russian, the way the Russians and the Ukrainians, again, it was Genghis Khan that screwed up that whole area. Because Genghis Khan spread his that warlike material around, and we got the Ukrainians, we got the Russians, very, very, very tough people. But it's a leadership, the Putins, the dictators that want to have it all. And what kills me about those guys, like I've been hanging with these Trumpies too, they've got so much money, but it's not the money it's the power that money gives them over other people. And that's what's addictive. And that seems to be, being an asshole, can be your only trait, the only thing that you're good at. And those guys like Trump and like Putin, they're really good at being real jerks and real liars. And so I guess what we could do, we suffer through that because there's always that opposite, that bright lining, at the end of the storm, that the storm sweeps everything away. Like for Putin, for instance, we're actually witnessing his demise because there's no future for the guy. No. So what happens if he did? If the Ukrainians said, "Okay, we surrender," now what? he's still got
I think
the problems that he's had.
I think everybody, it's our legacy that we have to make, okay? And through film, through books, and through talking gently about resolve, about one or two people that screw the pooch and the whole party, bring a gun into a nightclub, whatever it is that kills us having a good time. I think that our legacy is to be together, to help to end prohibition, to talk about this. But I grew up as a Jewish boy, And I was taught to listen to history and to not repeat it. And now that we're in there, it makes me really sad right now. And so I'm blessed to have this circle here today and for us to come up with our own little anecdotes and our peaceful ways of working on our slice. But at the same time, I was taught to think global and act local.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's good.
I got the answer.
Okay.
The answer's right here, right?
Daniel's great.
And we need Putin to be smoking on one. Putin to be smoking.
Hey, Mark,
Can you send
I'm only
one
like
to the
2.5
Kremlin?
hours away. I'm coming to see you.
Good idea.
Bring
Good
one
idea.
back.
Send them a whole bunch.
I'll be in Oklahoma until Saturday.
I'm in Springfield, Missouri.
All right, we'll get
Springfield?
over here. And then Tommy, I'm going to be seeing you. I just heard today. I believe May 11th to 14th in Vegas at G4 Live Bud Tender Awards.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. You're going to be there.
They don't tell me anything until the last minute.
Hey.
Well, now you know. I told you. You heard it here first, and I'm going to
I
have
love
one of
that.
these ready for us.
I love that. So,
Well-
Jeff, any more prisoners that we have to get out of jail?
There's plenty.
yes.
There's plenty still in there. It's really a mess, and it's really unfortunate. But we're doing the best that we can through the Can Do Clemency and all the other people that are helping us now, and even the prisoners that are out right now. They're being great advocates, and I'm planning on doing a concert tour at the Oakland Coliseum with 42,000 NFT tickets, and we'll have every prisoner on stage. And I'm going to go for the Gusto. I'm going to go for Earth, Wind, and Fire, Peter Gabriel. Let's just have a really incredible day with 42,000 people saying, hell no, we won't go, and to release our prisoners. And when the prisoners come in, the dragon, I'm going to have the Oregon Country Fair 20-foot dragon break the audience and come on stage. We're going to sing September Song and honor the prisoners. And so that's in the works right now. But I think that Live Aid, and all the concerts they've ever had have been really, we are the world, we are the children, and let's make a better day. Let's start giving. Willie was at that recording with Michael Jackson, and now it's our turn to do a incredible concert. And so after my golf tournament, we're gonna start working on the arena tournament. And I've already talked to Oakland Coliseum, and Snoop sold out Oakland Coliseum in 2019 for 420. So they know how to set it up and break it down. All we got to do is show up.
Okay.
All we got. So Snoop's people will do it if we get Snoop. So everybody get me Snoop, and welcome so much, everybody. Mark has his hand up. Can you say hi to Tommy? You're muted, Mark. Mark, you're muted.
Hoskins.
Yeah, Mr. Mark, you're muted.
There you go.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time up on Salt Spring Island. I remember when you got out for that bong deal.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember there was a funny article in the paper, and so we decided we'd go and get some of the weed that they were sending you. But you weren't smoking pot, so they made a big huge thing, and they stopped. The Canada Post stopped trying to send you pot because they just had too much of it in their evidence. Good story, eh? You remember that?
Salt Spring Island?
Yeah.
What were you doing there? You living there?
I played music and whatnot. I play a lot of music.
This is my musician buddy. He's coming to my birthday, Tommy. I'm gonna show everybody my birthday here. I have a let's see if I can get my birthday card up here. I'm going to go here, and I'm gonna bring on my birthday card here. So we're gonna go episode happy birthday. Here we go. So look at my birthday card, everybody. This is my birthday card, and we're going to undo this one, and there we go. Undo that one, and then undo that one. There we go. That's my birthday card. I'm going to be 64, you guys, on Saturday of this week here. Saturday. I'm going to be 64, And we're going to all end up in the studio in Port Townsend, Washington at 4:20 to 9 o'clock. And we're going to have a brass band there with a tuba. And we're going to sing and live stream When I'm 64. And Mark is going to be there being our band leader. Vicky's going to be there. And we're really super excited. And where do we have? Oh, we just lost Mike. And so Mike, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us today. So When I'm 64 is going to be happening this weekend, everybody. And so Mr. Pot Brothers at Law, wah, 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 wah. Do you have any final words?
Yes, I will leave everyone with this reminder. When you get pulled over by the police, please remember, under the 4th and 5th Amendment, we have given you what we call the script, the only 25 words you ever want to use when you get pulled over. And they go like this. Why did you pull me over? I'm not discussing my day. Am I being detained or am I free to go? If detained, you must say, I invoke the 5th. And then, no matter what those cops say, try to intimidate you, scare you, remember they are allowed to lie to you and say whatever they want to get you to talk. And no matter what they try to do, you simply shut the fuck up when cops ask questions. We are in Oklahoma doing the Shut the Fuck Up seminar. It's called The Etiquette of Engaging Law Enforcement, How to Shut the Fuck Up when Cops Ask Questions. And we will next be in New York for 420, just outside of Rochester, New York, on the Seneca Reservation. And then, as I mentioned, we will be with Tommy, although he doesn't know it yet, in Las Vegas at Resort World for G4 Live Bud Tender Awards, doing this seminar and just going across the country very soon with our Shut the Fuck Up tour, teaching everybody this and to use these 25 words politely, respectfully, calmly. The worst that's going to happen at that moment is you're going to get arrested. And if anything else happens and they beat you and they do all these other things, you've done what we said, they're not going to get away with it. There's too many cameras. They're going to be held accountable. And remember to always film the police. That's all I got for you today.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Good
Well,
advice.
Thank you.
so everybody shut the fuck up when the police pull you over. Have your lights on, your tail lights all in order. Don't get pulled over, you guys. And have your pot in the glove compartment or in the trunk. Even though you're in a clean state, you need to have that stuff in the trunk. If you went to in my state, if you go to the dispensary, you can't have it with you if it's open. If it's sealed, you can. But there you go. And we have Mike here. Mike, say hi to Tommy.
Hey, Sir Tommy Chong, how are you?
Hey, Mike. What's up, man?
I've got one big question. I love
Sure.
growing, creating new strains. What is Tommy Chong's favorite to smoke? So I have it rolled up for you at every hole, so I can, be the judge, one of the many between you and Brady, to make sure there's no cheating and to engage as well.
Well, I haven't found. I've been looking for my favorite strain. I haven't found it yet, but I'm still looking. Looking. So just give me something that I haven't, that you might think. Well, no, they're available. What's ever available and fresh.
Oh, I can create anything, sir. Anything.
Well, that's what I want.
So do you like lemon? You like skunk? You like lavender? What's your favorite terp? One favorite terp.
What's my choices?
Lemon, flower, garbage, rotting meat, lavender.
Rotting meat?
Did you say
that sounds pretty good. I'll go probably for. Do they have rosemary?
There's some that have a rosemary. All right, I see what you're liking. You're liking some.
Yeah,
sage,
I like rosemary.
thyme and some. All right, beautiful. I'll get you.
When I was in prison, I used to pick the wild rosemary and make tea, and it got me, back to the ground and away from prison and away from anything prison. And it was, growing wild there. And just like I used to pick dandelion greens for salads, and that grew wild too. And the only thing is you had to wash them and, and do all that. But yeah, I like rosemary.
Beautiful. That's all I need to know. I look forward to meeting you face to face outside of a digital world and in the physical realm.
And
nice.
Tommy, Mike,
Okay, brother.
Tommy, Mike is in charge of some of our NFT on the golf tournament and our art world. He's going to help Droz, and we're going to have a great tournament. And so he's also a master grower. So one of his NFT projects. Tell us about your NFT projects. How you get a pack of seeds.
Yeah, I've got an NFT project called Hero Packs, and then Packs with a Z. And it's just one way to help seed the world, get quality genetics out, a new way to sell seeds in general, but incorporating the smart contract availability of residual income from continuations of these seed packs, which will also be ticket packs to special events. And then with the NFT ownership, if you catch Honeycomb Hydro at like CannaCon or anything like that, you get free gifts, seeds, things like that. And then on phase 2, looking into a shareholdership, creation of new strains, incorporated with NFTs, genetic coding from seed to sale, tracking in the blockchain world, and then also residuals from the sales of those products globally. So it's
Sounds good.
Amazing new world, man. I love it. And it's surrounded by cannabis. So I'm in.
Good for you, man.
Well, hemp hooray. Thanks everybody. And Vicky, why don't you say hi to Tommy?
Okay, can you hear me? I was going to unmute myself.
Yeah, you're unmuted. You're good.
Hi, nice to meet you, Tommy.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah, hope to meet you in person. You guys are doing really good, so I'm glad to be a part of this.
Oh, great.
We'll be in Vegas. Vicky is a local friend of mine and a healer and an actress too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks.
You did it all.
So Vicky's available for any spots in your films that are upcoming.
Oh, good to know.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
So thank you.
Jeff, I must. Oh, go ahead, Vicky.
I just have to leave. Goodbye.
Bye, Vicky. We love you.
Bye, Vicky.
Vicky's on a boat, everybody. So I'm gonna bring us back into the gallery space. So everybody, it's been really, really a pleasure to have you today, and we're grateful that Tommy found the right buttons and came on in. We're all learning the Zoom challenge here, and I believe Tommy, you and I had the first Zoom chat like 5 years ago when we were interviewing you, and Paris was helping you, and maybe it was 4 years ago, whatever it was. I think you and I were the first Zoomers together, you and I.
I agree with that. I'm the first of a lot of things, Excuse me, because I've been on the planet for quite a while, so there's a lot of firsts in my resume.
When I had my audit, I was scared, dumbfoundedly scared, because I didn't make that much money as a photographer in LA, and the next guy next to me was doing $150K a year, and I was an architectural photographer, as you know, and the audit lady said at the IRS, "Come on in, Jeffrey," and the guy was all tattooed, who was auditing me, Tommy. He was all tattooed, yeah. Black guy, and I said, "What the hell? You're my audit? Is this an angel moment?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "How old are you?" He said, "I was born in 1902.
What?
And this was 30 years ago. So he was 90 years old, and he was my auditor. And he says, "Go down into the commissary, have some lunch, Jeffrey. I'll look at your books and come back." And I ate green Jello for money, came back up, and he says, "It's a wash, Jeffrey. You're okay. I'll see you later." And I said, "You didn't even look at my books that I spent 3 nights till 4 a.m. making with different color pens." And he says, "You're very organized, Mr. Eichen. Get out of here." And I said, "I love you, man. I'm never going to worry the rest of my life." And I stood on the stairs in downtown LA at the IRS department, and I said, I will never worry. And I worried about 2 weeks ago about something, and I breathed right through it. And the next day, nobody, the person I thought was mad at me was not mad at me.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody breathe and say hi to Tommy. And I'm going to get everybody a whistle for our golf tournament, and we've got the incredible Tommy Pineapple there. And any final words, Brady?
There, unmute. No, just looking forward to spending more time with y'all, adding my story to all the veterans out there that have a similar life story as mine. If you want to know more about my life story, I'm an author as well. So I have 2 books on Amazon. One I just released called Ashes Grow. There's a place where I'm taking veterans and first responders and trauma survivors up to the mountains and letting them disconnect for a while and go fly fishing and enjoy the nature. So that's something I'm doing. I'm very passionate about. It's a pleasure meeting you, Tommy, and I'm sure
pleasure meeting you too, my friend.
I'll be going to Top Golf probably and working on my swing. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brady, for your service and all you do. Emma, any final words, Emma? Emma, any final words?
No, it was a pleasure to be here and listen, everybody. The only thing I got to say, Mark, one thing that came as you were talking about the legislation and is the pharmaceutical companies. They are camping at the Capitol, and that's your biggest hurdle. And this is until you can handle those guys or do a deal behind door closed, they will be the one blocking the situation with the marijuana and the usage for veterans and everybody around the block, because it's a loss of money. And I'm sorry for that, because marijuana is more on the holistic side than the chemical side. They will lose billions of dollars.
Absolutely.
So that's your biggest challenge right there, in my view, for what I've seen. And I've been part of the biomedical world, so I understand all of that. But that's your biggest challenge right there. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Until we deal with them or find a way to maybe, I would say, a joint venture with them.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
That's a new T-shirt, the joint venture.
It's a joint venture.
That's the new T-shirt. Well, thank you, Emma, for joining us today. And Mark, any rebuttal for what she just said?
No, I agree. You know, but I do think the way it's ultimately going to happen when we do see it go federal, big pharma is just going to be big cannabis. It's going to be the same people, and they're going to finally get their. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to see that happen, but how else is it not? Let me also thanking Brady for his service and piggyback just a little bit. I was out here in Oklahoma before CannaCon shooting a movie. I'm also an actor. I don't talk about it much, but I do that as well. And I was out here shooting a movie, a very, very great short film called Herbie. And it's about a veteran. I play a homeless vet who has been discarded by society, who was in Desert Storm, and he's pushing 60 years old, and he gets beat up and thrown in a dumpster, and he's on the last of what he thinks is his life, and he sees a broken down plant in the dumpster and starts to form a relationship with the plant and nurture it, give it soil, get it back to life, and it's a cannabis plant. And as time goes on, he names this cannabis plant Herbie, and he nurtures it back to, it becomes a real nice big sprouting seeds. And then he gets beat because it becomes valuable, gets beat up, and it gets stolen from him. And at the end of the day, though, Herbie and the seeds he left come back around, and this old homeless vet who helped this cannabis plant live and have a life, the cannabis plant then helps him come back and live and have a life. And it's something that's really important to everything that's going on with cannabis and the problem you just mentioned with vets not having the access. They need to just walk up and have it whenever they want, and these pills being forced, like the character I played, pills. That's what they want to do. So
Yeah.
I want to throw out the character's Instagram page is Bill Morgan 1964W, and the page kind of took a life of its own when we created it during the filming. The character took a life of its own. You probably won't recognize me if you go look at that. Bill Morgan 1964W on Instagram. And I want to create some kind of GoFundMe or whatever. I'm trying to create more awareness, and I want to work with we work with Weed for Warriors and Wounded Warriors. We work with a lot of these guys. And Brady, I'd like to get in touch with you, and just raise more awareness and help so that vets can just have screw all this. The federal prohibition is great, ending it is great and everything, and it would alleviate that. But I don't want to wait for that to get the vets what they need.
Exactly.
That to me is much more important than ending prohibition. Again, that'll end it itself. But I think before that, let's get these guys their meds and let them have access to it easily.
They have.
That's my plan.
Absolutely.
I was in Colorado at a workshop, and Dr. Machulam was there. They flew him in, and they have actually found a receptor for PTSD and cannabinoid.
I can attest to that. I was on 37 pills a day and given 5 years to live in 2011, and I have complex PTSD from several traumas. I have chronic pain in my back and neck from a failed back surgery and a herniated disc in my neck. So I'm able to function, and I'm still alive, and it's all due to cannabis. So if my story can help any other vets come forward or get them medicine or teach Congress, hey, this is actually working for veterans, I'm in. So thank you for doing that. If someone wants to learn more about, my nonprofit or anything, just ashesgrove.com. That's my website. That's the easiest way to learn out more.
Fantastic.
Well,
Well,
I will get in touch with you. Definitely.
Yeah, just shoot me a message. Absolutely. Because we just want to help push that narrative. And
Mark, what way would you like Brady to get in touch with you on your Instagram?
Yeah, Mark at hotbrothersatlaww.com is my email.
Okay.
Mark at hotbrothersatlaww.com.
Okay. Final words, Tommy. Tommy, final words. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Final words. I gotta go. My dog got outside and he's going after my cat, but that's okay. The cat will kick his ass. Okay, guys. Hey, listen, it's been nice. Are we going to see you again next week?
I'll give JP a shout, and we'd love to have you again.
Okay. I'll catch you guys next week.
Love and light, and look for me when I come down, Tommy. We'll hang out.
Okay, take care now. Bye bye, everybody.
Love you, ham puree, ham puree. Oh look. So everybody, that was pretty epic here, and so there we go, and we went over time today, 20 minutes. That's like 4:20, everybody, and so that's pretty amazing. Look, we only have a few people left, and let's share my screen, and let's see here. So Emma's coming back on. Everybody, we're gonna do a share screen here, and I'm gonna optimize my sound here, and we're gonna do a share screen. And today is World 420 Day, everybody, and I'm going to do a 42-second video here. So everybody, close your eyes, take a deep breath, hold it, take it deeper, one more time deeper, and let it out. On World 420 Day, we do a 42-second Let it out. Whew. So we're going to do a 42-second meditation, which is, I call contemplation, and visualize the prisoners coming home. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. And all I have to say is Hampan Pare. Michael, you're a champion. Thank you for being on my team. Emma also. And Natasha, thank you so much for being with us. And Brady, always. And what the heck? We had Tommy Chong finally on today. So it was really a blessing. I'll talk to everybody after the show or later or tomorrow and get you caught up on the deal. And today's word today, everybody, is resilience. Bounce back, everybody, and keep carrying on. Don't lose your strength or your direction in life, because you know that this too shall pass. And what the heck, 1902, when I was worried about my audit and everything washed right. So I'm not going to worry about nothing. Don't you worry about a thing, pretty mama. So everybody, love you. And that's all we have today. So thank you, Hampan Pare, everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye. And good luck.